Hello, this is once again Salvacion Placer ang tuwa ko, or Doc Baby, or just simply Baby. Welcome to this third video of God in my life through connecting the dots. If you have not yet watched videos 1 and 2, I suggest that you first watch them and then just come back here. These first 3 videos are best watched in sequence. And so, uh, just go there if you haven't watched them yet. The links are found below here in the description. Okay, welcome back. Welcome now to this third video of Connecting the Dots. The title for this one is How to Develop a Strong and Deep Relationship with God. I told you in the second video that to be able to find and fulfill your mission, the first step is to develop a strong and deep relationship with God, and thus this third video. So let us begin by asking 2 questions again. 1, do you already have a deep and strong relationship with God? 2, how did you feel after you developed this strong and deep relationship with God? Was there any change in you? If you have answers to these questions, then I suggest that you please stay on because uh, we can share about our experiences and we can compare notes. We can actually learn from each other, and our experiences will enrich all of us, those who are here today and those who will be watching this video. Through these experiences, whether they are the same or similar or different from each other, I'm sure that they will enrich us and it will show us that we are one with God and that we are one with each other. Don't you think so? Now let me share with you how I felt when I developed a strong and deep relationship with God. The feeling is simply awesome. It's so hard really to describe, but it was as if I was falling in love, and I'm sure that all of us have fallen in love. And if you remember that feeling of love, then I suggest that you multiply this 70 times 7 times, and you will get an idea of how that feeling of having a close and deep relationship with God is. It's really awesome. All I can say, it's a wow experience. It's a wow with a capital WOW. It's really wow. It's made me see so many things clearer, in a clearer way. I connected with my past. I connected with my present. And I think I probably connected with my future. I'm not sure about that, of course. But it's really something. You you see so much inside of you. You dig deep into your soul, and then you also see so much out of you. You feel like you can see also the whole universe. It's really something. It's so different from what I have ever felt before. And if you want that kind of feeling, I really suggest that you develop a strong and deep relationship with God. This is something that I would like everybody to share, to have this kind of feeling of being so in touch with yourself, being so in touch with everybody else, with all the creations of God, with everything that you are doing. You will see that they are all connected with each other. And for example, there were times before when I felt that some people who came into my life, I didn't know what their purpose is or was their purpose was. But then during this relationship, this deep and strong relationship with God, I now understood why they came into my life. I now understand why it is that I experienced certain things, why I was put in certain places and together with other people. It just became so clear to me. And sometimes I don't know if I'm seeing a better world. I think I do. I see clearer. I connect with so many things. I connect with all the ants and butterflies that I see around. And there's even a connection with something weird and crazy that I shared in my book with it's a funny thing, but I cannot share it here so that you will have something to look forward to when you buy my book. That really means that you have to get a copy of this book. It will be available soon, hopefully before Christmas. That's what my publisher told me, that she will try to have it ready before Christmas. So, how is that for a sales pitch? Okay, now, so let's start this, since I cannot really explain in words what, in so many words, how it felt to have this uh, strong and deep relationship with God. All I can say is, as I said, it's just a wow. It's probably feeling like you're in heaven. And sometimes I ask myself, is this what heaven is like? Maybe it is. So let's go down to the steps that I used to be able to have this deep and strong connection with God. Okay, step one, focus. Simply focus on God. Focus on His words. Focus on learning more about Him. Focus on understanding His words. How did I do this? One of the things that I did is to change the wallpaper in my cell phone. I changed the wallpaper to a picture of God. And so every time I open my cell phone, I see the face of Jesus. And when I do this, I just say, "Hello, Jesus. This is me today. And hi, this is what I'm doing." It's one of the things. There are other things that I shared in my book so that you really have to buy my book. But a second thing is that I spent my time reading the readings for the day every day, and I attended online masses every day. So those are two things, but there are other things that uh, I share in my book. Okay, so that's the first step. Focus on God. Second step is talk with God. Develop a conversation with Him. Just talk to Him about anything in the world. Ask Him questions. I did this for a long time. Sometimes I have answers, sometimes I don't get answers. But when the answers come, everything becomes clearer. Everything becomes so beautiful. And I see again all the connections. Once the answers come, it's really something. Okay? So develop a conversations with God. I must admit, I now have a running conversations with Him. And I keep all of this in my journal. And that's why you should keep a journal. Because sometimes you will forget things. But when you go back to your journal, you will see the answers, you will see the patterns. Okay? And third step, develop a love affair with God. As I said, I felt like I was having a love affair. And so, when you have a love affair with somebody, when you love somebody so deeply, what do? You do so many things together, right? You can't stay away from each other. You want to be with each other together all the time, isn't it? You send each other notes. You send each other gifts. You just want to be together all the time. You do things for each other. You can't help it. You want to make the other feel good. And in the process, you also feel good about the whole thing. All that you have to do is develop this love affair with God. I call it as a love affair. But it's really something like that. Whatever you want to do with somebody you love, you want to do it with God. And you want to do it really well. So you can't do anything that is mediocre. You just have to do your best all the time. So those are 3 steps, and that I I used for developing a stronger relationship with God. And through this, I was able to develop a running conversation. And that is how God told me that I have to write the book. Actually, He was with me all the time. So the book is actually a product of my conversations with God. And He was writing it with me all the time. He's the one directing what I should share, what I should write about. It's really something. So, and then sometime around the halfway through the book, then he told me that I should also open this YouTube channel. And that's how it is. Thus, if you have a deep and strong relationship with God, be prepared to be changed. Be prepared to do anything. Be prepared to be shaped into something else. In my case, as I said, I used to write a book, but then uh, being on a YouTube channel, I've never done this in my life. This is something really very new to me. But here I am. I'm sticking my neck out. So please don't chop it. This is all through the instigation of God. And as I shared in my first video, this is supposed to be the new wine in new wineskin, and the book is the old wine in old wineskin. Okay? So, be prepared for anything. God will direct you to something which you are not prepared probably for. But I'm just warning you, you will be asked to do something that maybe you haven't done before. If you are a singer, you might be asked to do a concert for some poor people there. I don't know. Whatever you are, you will be asked to do something that you haven't done before. That I am sure. But it's going to be a heavenly like experience. This one that I'm doing now for YouTube. It makes me feel so good all the time, even if I have to prepare for it. It doesn't really matter. But it's so hard to explain really. But let me share with you a verse from Ephesians 2 verse 10. It explains what is happening better. I Okay, here it is. Ephesians 2 verse 10. And I quote, "For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus, so we can do the good things He planned for us long ago." End of quote. Isn't that beautiful? This is giving me goosebumps right now just reading that verse, because we are going to do things that God has planned for us long ago. And this will be shown to us the moment we have a strong and deep relationship with Him. That I am very sure of that. Okay, so at this point, let me summarize what we have just said, what we have taken up. To develop a strong and deep relationship with God, we can do three things. One, focus. Focus only on God. Focus only on His words. Know more about Him. Know more about His words. That's step one. Step two, talk to God. Develop a conversation with Him. Talk to God all the time, no matter what you are doing. Some people might think you are crazy if you are talking to you as if you are talking to yourself, but it doesn't really matter. Just talk to God. And then third, develop a love affair with God. You know how to do it. You can do it in your creative way. There are so many things that you can do for a loved one. So that's it. I would like to ask if I can give you an assignment. Maybe it would be nice if you can share here uh, the steps that you use to be able to focus on God, and maybe share your experiences. What happens afterwards when you were able to develop a strong and deep relationship with God? I really would like to hear from you. I really would like to know how you experience things, what you experience, if you are willing to share it here, of course. So you are really most welcome. I really like that because we just learn from each other by sharing experiences, our experiences with God. Don't you think so? So this is where I end this today. And I would like to ask you once more to please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And please click the like button also, okay? And leave comments. I really like to hear from you. Thank you.